So what's up everybody, it's your boy the Gaming Pigeon here, coming back at you with another video on the channel. Today I'm joined by a very special guest. It's none other... How are we going to introduce you?
You can call me, he's known for his things with Atticus Monaco, he's known for Stymouth, and he's known for all sorts. It's Alfred the Great. Like that.
Are you known? Are you known though?
Hey?
Are you known?
What do you mean am I known? Well, you know me.
Are you known to bits? Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean that everybody else does.
Okay. Alright, no, I'm not really known, but you can call me whatever. Atticus Stymouth. Pigeon is number one fan.
Alright, with that being said, today, ladies and gentlemen at home, we are going to be doing the 2023-24 Premier League predictions.
Yeah.
There's going to be some bangers, there's going to be some stinkers, there's going to be, I don't know, absolute scenes, possibly.
Well, yeah.
Have a bit of a discussion, because you'll have your predictions, I'll have mine.
Yep.
And then we'll, what should we say? Should we say like 50 quid? Whoever comes closest?
Yeah, why not? I'll tell you what, no. Let's I'm not that, what's the word? Flush.
Flush.
Let's say a nice round tenner. How's that sound?
Tenner.
No,
£10.
No, even better. 20. I'll go 20.
20 quid. Virtual handshake.
Well, it's on here now, so we all know, don't we?
So, starting at the bottom, in the relegation zone, 20th place, who have you got?
I have got Luton Town, naturally.
You've got Luton?
Yeah.
Reason?
It's one of them teams I think is going to struggle in the Premier League, really. I think they're going to do what I like to call them Norwich, where they go up, they go down, they go up, go down every time, But anyway, that's my reasoning. Luton Town, yeah. What about you?
You think Luton are going to yo-yo?
Probably not yo-yo first. I mean, they might go up and they might go down, and then have a break and then come back up in a short time and then go back down again. Because personally, I think they're out of the league. Very similar to what Forest did last year. I mean, they did well to stay up. But yeah, I think it's going to be a case of, it's going to be, they're out of the league, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I know what you say, and I'm going to look at that and think, no, I've put Sheffield in last.
Okay, makes sense, yeah. Like reasons?
The amount of players, right, and I mean good players, that they have just abandoned, like Ender Stevens, Billy Sharp, leaders of the dressing room, gone. And who have they replaced them with? Dons that I don't even know what nationality they are, let alone how to pronounce their names.
Okay.
So, do they have the calibre for the league? No. Best case scenario, Ollie McBurney gets like 10 goals and gets a mid-season switch to Spurs or something, but
okay,
they're not going to do well. 19th, who are you thinking?
Well, personally, I've gone for this team because I don't think it's... it's a case of previous seasons, they've gone a bit down and up and down. And it's like, I think they've managed to just scrape through the Premier League last year. And so for that reason, my team in 19th, I think, is going to be Newcastle United.
Newcastle?
Yes.
Newcastle?
Yes.
You mean the team that finished 4th last season?
What did they?
Yes.
Can I change my decision?
You're going to have to.
Why?
Well, you don't have to if you want to.
Hang on, I genuinely thought they were...
Who
am I thinking of? Who finished near the bottom?
I don't know. Near the bottom.
Everton, let's have a look last season.
Forest, West Ham, Wolves.
Oh shit, yeah, they did.
I mean, Chelsea were in a
it was
relegation
Bournemouth.
fight
I
last
meant Bournemouth.
season.
I'm going Bournemouth, mate.
Feckin' Newcastle.
Bournemouth in 19th.
19th, then for me, I've put Luton.
Naturally. Why?
Same reasons as you.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But I think they'll do a little bit better.
But the
Luton will have the graft. Yeah, they'll have the graft. They'll have the fight. They'll probably nick a draw at the Etihad.
Yeah, I suppose.
But they'll still get relegated. Yeah,
they've got to.
18th place.
Well, that is relegation, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
We've done 20th, 19th,
Well, in
18th.
18th, I'm going for Sheffield United. Purely, like you say, same reason as you, with the players and all that. Also, they're not the best team in the world. You know, they were that close to relegation last year, even though they got promoted last year. So, it's, you know what I mean. So, yeah, Sheffield United, we'll say.
All right. In my 18th place, I have Bournemouth.
Okay, makes sense.
Which is very interesting.
Yeah, we have that going relegation.
In relegation spots, but different orders.
That'll be exciting.
There isn't a Bournemouth badge on my tier maker, so I'm just gonna put the ghost of Bournemouth there.
Okay, ghost of Bournemouth. I like that.
Teams that could get relegated look like they're going to, but just about squeak through.
I totally get it. 17th, I'm going to say Nottingham Forest. Purely because it's going to be a case of, like they did last season, where it's they see they're in danger and then they pull it back because, you know, it's a case of they can't afford to go down. You know what I mean? It's like they've signed on some cracking players last year and they go down, I think they'll be in the shit. You know what I mean? So I'm going,
I know exactly what you mean. There's been a lot of talk in the papers recently. Apparently Brentford are wanting Brennan.
Really?
Yeah, they've had £35 million knocked back. Apparently Forest want 50.
Fucking hell, right.
So Brennan's not going to go anywhere, I don't think.
Okay.
Which is why I've put them to survive. If Brennan leaves, they go down.
Exactly. So,
by the width of a bee's knee, they will stay up.
Yep.
In 17th.
Oh, right,
Forest.
okay. Got to, haven't you?
Yeah. 16th then. 16th. This is where it gets interesting.
You
I know exactly
who
you've put.
For 16th. Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, wow, how do you know that?
There was a whole thing last year, wasn't there?
Forest and Everton. It's like, oh, it's just, you're funny. Funny. But
I showed you my predictions for last season, and I put Everton and Forest the wrong way round.
Yeah. You thought Forest would do poorer than Everton.
But
well, I think that's going to be the case this season.
And I think it's going to be the same story. 16th? Yeah, same story again, yeah.
15th, I've gone for this team because although they've done well in the Premier League, I think they're going to do well, but not as well as usual. And that
Crystal
team
Palace
for me
15th.
I've gone for is Crystal Palace.
That kind of makes sense, because the past couple of seasons
15th,
now,
yes.
they have finished kind of like 12th through to 15th.
I mean, I know they finished 11th, I believe, last season. But the season before that, 12th. And the season before that, 14th, I think. So I think it's a case of, yes, they're improving, but I think now's the season they're going to start deteriorating a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But obviously staying up in the league because, you know, they're a decent enough team, I suppose.
They've got Etse, Elise.
Anyway, that's my 15th.
They've got some really creative players in there. They just lack a really good goal scorer. Else we'd be putting them higher.
Exactly,
I have gone for 15th. I've gone for Wolves. You just wait,
Wolves,
to hear the amount of players, big name players that have left Wolves, right? João Moutinho, really good centre midfielder, gone. Ruben Neves, captain, he's gone to Saudi Arabia. Connor Cody, who you'll recognise from the World Cup, he's gone.
Right.
Nathan Collins, really good centre back, he's gone to Brentford. Raul Jimenez, their talisman striker, until he got injured, he's gone to Fulham. And the only player they've brought in is Tom King on a free. He's a goalkeeper. You know, that one position that they don't need. So they're not going to bring in nearly enough players to fix all of that mess. They'll have the ability to play still, but they will drop down the league.
Okay, 14th place. I've gone for this team because I think they're a decent team, solid team. And with their promotion, I think they deserve it and they're going to do well in the Premier League.
Burnley in 14th.
I've gone for Burnley for 14th.
Yeah. Okay, Burnley, you've put Burnley in 14th. Honestly, I have also put Burnley in 14th.
Yep.
But again, there's no
okay.
Burnley symbol, so I'm just gonna edit Burnley onto the thing there. Yeah.
Edit Burnley
the season
onto
that company put them through last season, winning the championship with almost record-breaking points. They've got some really, really good players now. This is no longer Sean Dyche, lob it long, 4-4-2 football. This is Man City-esque football. And yeah, they will do extremely well.
Yeah.
I think, anyway.
13th, I've gone Wolverhampton Wanderers. Obviously, they came 13th last season.
Oh, yeah,
I know you said this thing with the players, but you know they're against teams really. They're going to be against teams that are not as good, I believe. Like you've got, Forest, you got Everton, blah blah blah, all them. So I think they're going to stay up with 13th. I do.
Fulham. The thing with Fulham, right?
Okay, Fulham.
Is that they could have and should have finished higher than 10th last season. They were good enough to get into the Conference League, maybe finish 7th. But they thought, no, you know what, we're safe, we'll just slack off, we'll be on the beach. And so you'll have this split in the squad where half of them will be ready, half of them won't be. And by the time they get their act together and start playing football as a team, it'll be too late. There won't be anything to play for. They'll finish 13th. Rounding out sort of like the bottom part of mid-table then. 12th place.
So 12th, I've gone for the Mighty Hammers. That's West Ham United.
Alright.
Yes, I have. I think they're going to do slightly well than last season. So, yeah.
Right, see, I've gone Palace.
The Hammers.
I think they have got a bit more creative spark, obviously, than you have given them credit for. They are very good at finishing 12th. I will just point that out. Even though they finished 11th last season, but we'll gloss over that.
Right, 11th, I've gone for a team that I think are going to do okay, but not as good as last season, and that's Brentford.
Really? Well, they are in European football this season. Oh, no, they're not. Never mind. Excuse me. No, they're not. But you just think they're going to do slightly worse.
Yeah.
I hear it, because their big striker, Ivan Toney, he's not going to play for the first half of the season. Because of betting scandals, he's been banned.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
Well, I feel like I'm always one behind you, because I've put West Ham in 11th there.
Yeah, got to.
But Brentford in 10th.
Okay.
For the exact same reasons I've put you for.
Right.
So I've not much to discuss there. Who have you put in 10th? Because I'm curious.
In my 10th, I did the same team as last season, and that was Fulham.
You put Fulham in 10th again?
I put Fulham in 10th again, yeah. And they're going to do slightly better than Brentford. But not as good as, obviously, as the main teams.
Makes sense. Might get European football, but don't.
My 9th place might shock you slightly, but it's purely going on the basis of statistics on how they've done in the previous season. And for that reason, my 9th place is actually Chelsea.
Really? Yeah. See, I'm a bit different. I've gone for Brighton.
Yep, okay.
They finished 6th last season.
They did.
But are now in European football. Do they have the squad depth to do that? Arguably, no.
Okay.
So what will happen is what we would have seen with many other teams when they get into Europe first time. They'll be tired out. They won't do as well in the domestic competitions. They'll falter a bit. I think 9th is very, very fair.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a case of they're deteriorating a bit now, Chelsea. I know they're a cracking team and all that. They played beautifully, but last season they had a bit of a bad season, and I don't know if I think they're going to slightly pick it up, but not as good, I think.
I've interestingly put Chelsea in 8th.
Okay, yeah.
I'll read you through like I did with Wolves. Just the insanity of how many players they don't have now. N'Golo Kante, out. Kalidou Koulibaly, out. Kovacic, out. Mendy, out. Havertz, out. Ruben Loftus-Cheek's gone.
Let me guess. Out.
Yeah, Mason Mount's gone. Azpilicueta's gone. And Christian Pulisic and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's out as well. The only players they've really brought in is Christopher Nkunku and a guy called Nicholas Jackson. Now, so 7th place then.
My
this is...
eighth. You haven't asked me my eighth.
Okay.
Are you even writing these down?
Oh yeah, I'm putting mine down. I don't know about
do
you.
I have to keep track of my own?
Yeah, we'll do it at the end.
It's alright, I've kept track of it. Anyway, my eighth is Newcastle United.
Really?
Yeah, really.
You think they're going to drop all the way from Champions League football to no European football at all?
Yep.
Really? Go on, explain. I can't wait to hear this.
I think so. That's just me thinking.
You just think so it must be true.
Yeah, exactly.
7th place then. This is the Conference League.
Well, I've gone for, and I think you can all agree with me, it's got to be the mighty, mighty Brighton and Hove Albion.
All right. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
So you think they're just going to drop down one?
Yeah, in a way.
Same reasons as I gave, European.
Yeah, all that stuff, all that crap, yeah.
Clearly not as much as you think I think they do are going to.
Okay, so
I'll stop that again. Clearly not as much as I think they're going to, but still a little bit.
Yeah. Who have you gone for in
7th? Tottenham.
Tottenham, okay.
I know that they've brought in Ange Postecoglou. He was like the new flavour of the month when it comes to managers. They've brought in some impressive players. James Maddison. They've brought Kulusevski on a permanent, and they've brought the Israeli player Manor Solomon, who's apparently good. But if Kane leaves, who's going to score the goals for them? Son, arguably, but
yeah,
I don't think Son can score the same amount of goals that Kane can.
Probably not, no.
But if Kane does stay, with those signings they've made, can you realistically see them doing better than they have
Not
before?
Really, no, that's the thing.
The problem that Spurs had last season wasn't their goal output. It was the amount of goals that they conceded. They conceded 63 goals last season.
63? Wow.
That is...
They only had a goal difference of something like 7, didn't they?
Yeah. You have to go all the way down to Bournemouth, who finished 15th, who conceded more than them.
Jeez, yeah, you're right. 71
last
did
season,
they concede?
Right? Yeah, so Bournemouth, Forest, Leicester, Leeds and Southampton are the only teams that conceded more goals than Spurs.
Jeez, yeah.
And 3 of those teams got relegated. And have they signed a defender? No, they haven't. They've signed a goalkeeper. But the goalkeeper's only as good as your back four.
Yeah, exactly.
And is their back four good?
No.
Alright. 6th place then. This is the Europa League qualification spot. There's 2 Europa League spots. This is the one that you need to go through qualifiers for.
I've got a feeling your 6th is Brighton. However...
No, I had Brighton in 9th,
okay.
mate.
Well, my 6th, you've probably got the same as me then for 6th. But I've actually gone for 6th for Aston Villa.
Oh my god. No way. But we actually put Aston Villa both 6th. They did finish 7th last season, getting Conference League football. But the signings they've made, Jesus. Yuri Tillemans, Pau Torres, Moussa Diaby. 1 player in each position of the field. And with Unai Emery at the wheel, it will be good Thursday evenings. Oh dear. Well, this is getting tense now. We've got 5 places left.
Okay, right. We're ready for 5th then.
5th place, just missing out on Champions League
I've gone
football.
4, and I think you can agree, the Tottenham Hotspur.
Well, I can't because I've already put them somewhere. So.
Well, I'm going to assume your 4th is Manchester United or Newcastle. I've gone Tottenham. For 5th. Yeah.
For 5th. For 5th, I've actually gone Liverpool.
Oh, really? Missing out on Champions League?
Yeah. Missing out on Champions League, and I'll tell you why. McAllister and Szoboszlai are good signings, right? And they're also tying up a 30-something million pound deal for Romeo Lavia.
Okay.
But the players they've brought in are midfielders. Which, granted, Liverpool's midfield needed a refresh.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, they need defenders, realistically. Like, Man City won the league, only conceding 33. Liverpool conceded 47.
Yeah, okay.
Man United conceded less than that, and they got absolutely pummeled by Liverpool. Like, what was it, 7-0 at one point?
Yep.
So you're telling me that a team that you beat 7-0 has a better defence than you, and you're out here buying attacking midfielders? It's a bit sketchy, if I'm being real.
Sure.
And yeah, there's a lot riding on the shoulders of these new signings as well. When the pressure's going to get to you eventually, they're not going to do that well.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we've
The
both
top
got
four.
the same with 4th place, unless you've got Newcastle. I've actually got Man United for 4th.
You've put Man United in 4th. I've got Newcastle in 4th. Even though they finished 3rd last season. Oh no, they did finish 4th last season. I think they'll do same again.
Fair enough.
No problem.
I've done
Man United to drop down a place.
Yeah, I just think they're going to finish 4th. That's all.
Do you know what's mad? I've just looked at the table of last season. Newcastle scored more goals than Man U, conceded less than Man U. Still finished 4
that gives
points
on
behind.
points, mate. They might be winning. They might be losing 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. But Man U might be, winning.
That's very
winning
true.
1-0, 1-0. You know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that's your reason for why Man U are finishing 4th
Yeah,
instead of 3rd, isn't it? They can't win games
Yeah.
convincingly.
So,
For 3rd
I
place,
think you've
then.
gone Man U for 3rd, but I, 3rd, have gone for Liverpool.
You put Liverpool in 3rd. That's a
It is
bold
but I
prediction.
think they're going to do better than last season. I mean, take a look at the seasons before. It's been a case of, in 22, they come 2nd, just shy of the 1 point behind Man City. Like the season before, they come 3rd. The season before, they actually won it. So it's a case of, I think this season, they're going to do a lot better.
I'll give you a good reason for why they were doing so well before.
Go on.
Sadio Mane.
Yeah, that's true.
In those seasons that they were doing really well, almost winning the league, they had a very competent front three. Their front three is fine now. Luis Diaz, Mohamed Salah, Jota, Gakpo. It's a good front three selection, but it's not as experienced, which is why they did really poorly last season.
Am I correct in saying you've gone for Man U?
Chuck in the fact that they... no, 3rd I've gone Arsenal.
Okay.
Arsenal,
So you
yeah.
think the two Mans are going up to top 2 then, do you? Okay.
Yeah. It's really sad for me to put Arsenal 3rd because they've spent £105 million on a bag of rice.
Mm-hmm.
And although they've signed Havertz and Jurrien Timber, they still haven't got good backup for Bukayo Saka. And that was the only problem that I found with their team last season. They could only have Saka on the right, and that's it. Havertz is not a right winger. I hate to break it to you. And if he gets injured, which he will, at some point. I'm guessing like November he'll get injured.
Yeah.
They've got nobody to replace him.
Yeah.
So
I went Liverpool, didn't I?
Oh yeah, you went Liverpool. Oh yeah.
Right.
Second place then. I'm presuming
Man
on
City.
Arsenal. You put Man City second. You know what?
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, the difference between me and you is then you've obviously gone Man United to win the league. I've got Arsenal to win the league.
Yeah, I have. All right. Why do you? We can talk. We don't need to talk about why City are going to finish second. I mean, we're already in trouble as it is. Yeah. Why do you think Arsenal are going to win the league this time?
They came second last season.
Yeah. Just on that basis alone.
I've got a feeling. I feel like winning. You know what I mean?
All right. I'm going to look at. I'm going to go back to the 2015-16 season, and I'm going to look at the team that finished second, and see if they win the league. So 2015-16, Arsenal came second. Did they win the league next season? No. That season, Tottenham finished second. Did they win the league next season? No. Man United came second. Did they win the league next season? No.
Well,
Liverpool finished second that season, won it. Man City was second, they won it. And then it's been City ever since. One time in the past 8 years has a team who finished second has gone on to win the league.
I've got a feeling it's going to happen.
The following season. All right. As for Man United, I think that's a bigger talking point, if anything. I mean, Arsenal winning the league, it's plausible. Man United winning the league, goodness me. Let me just like talk you through, right? The signings that they've made, yeah. They've signed Mason Mount from Chelsea. See, weakened in Chelsea, not that they were strong to begin with. And they've signed Andre Onana from Inter Milan to replace David De Gea. They have a goalkeeper who can actually play with his feet. Which might not seem important, but it is. They'll be playing so differently to previous seasons. All they need now is somebody to play up top, in the middle. Maybe like Victor Osimhen or even Harry Kane. And they win the league. Simple as that.
Fair enough.
So yeah, you write it down, you send it in the chat. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. What did you think of our predictions? Are we complete maniacs or are we just secret geniuses? Leave your thoughts down below, and as always, like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.
Be safe. Use protection.
Nailed it.